I'll grow a new one.
It's okay. I made a new one.
That's an interesting thing to come in on.
Oh,
Yeah,
hey.
I made a new one out of orange crystal, so that way I can heal myself with my crystal hand when I blow shit up with the other hand.
Yep, that sounds right. That sounds right.
Listen,
Don't worry, I'll grow a new one. It's like, I'm sorry, which one of you is a lizard person?
You don't assimilate mana crystals without some sort of lingering effect.
Yeah, I can totally see Mia doing some dumb shit like that.
She was
We're talking about Mia.
interested in those crystals.
Touching stuff and probably blowing her own hand off and being like, don't worry, I'll grow a new one.
You're like, what? It's like,
So how are all of you?
Small price to pay. for
fighting a migraine.
unlimited power.
Oof. We're writing down memory lane with past characters since, one showed up last time.
Oh, that's right. One did.
Yeah.
I'm also
Yeah,
here.
it made my brain stop working.
It made mine go into overdrive.
No, Spiffy, that's a lie. You are not also here. Max is somewhere else at the moment.
Yeah. Fucking just disappeared on us. The earful he's gonna hear when we find him.
Oh, man.
Or the next day rolls around and Ashin gets sending back.
Like Tokumi's not going to say anything. She's just going to give Max the disapproving head shake.
So how are all of... I already asked that.
Yeah, you did.
Sorry, my brain is...
Sad.
My brain is separated by work and Daggerheart at the moment. I've been Daggerheart pilled since the book came in. But yeah, the last time we were together, not much combat happened. There was a situation that did show itself that could possibly turn into combat, but for some reason, skeletal individuals that were guarding a strange harpy creature in this massive lab that you had found yourself in just seemingly ignored all of you and were saluting Max like a superior officer. But lucky enough for you, that just gave you deeper access into the lab without having to face off against any sort of I'm losing my words today. Opposition. I almost said observation. I'm like, that's not the word. Yeah, but
Started with the right letter though.
you were able to go through the lab and begin to see strange notebooks and everything that look like body parts were being assembled, or just gratuitous notes on various cuts of a body part or its limbs or where the joints were the weakest. Just a bunch of really disturbing, what could almost be described as medical information. While you were investigating this lab, though, the large teleportation circle in the center of this laboratory activated. Thankfully for a lot of you, being caught in Asha's Pass without a trace, the hag that came out did not notice you whatsoever. Though she was quickly joined by another individual, a tall archfey looking woman dressed in purple with long silver hair. It was revealed to those who have seen season 2 or played in season 2 as this was one of Gilly's old characters, Tarshara, who just happens to also be Rose's wife. And technically the consort of the queen of the Winter Court. Tarshara, being who she is and the level that she is, easily saw through the pass without a trace, and was able to dismiss the hag to have a little conversation with the group of you. She introduced herself and informed you that she was here to pick up a bodyguard, as she was technically taken hostage for negotiations by the Paladins of Soul, as they had entered into the Fey Realm and succeeded in getting their temple back. She mentioned that she is currently staying at the Emerald Seat in the Emerald Palace, a guest of the Empress Molly, who you know that there is a very almost like familial connection between Tarshara and the Empress. After the conversation, she bid herself farewell, got on the teleportation circle, spoke the words of where she wanted to go, and vanished. Max, seeing this, decided that he was going to push the button, ran into the teleportation circle, called out Boris's house, Phalange, and vanished. Much to the shock, disappointment, and probably frustration to the rest of the group. Though Max arrived safe and sound at Boris's house back in the city of Phalange. The rest of you had a bit of a conversation as to what you were going to do next, as you still needed to locate Rocky. Sylvia had a growing interest in this teleportation circle and in this laboratory. And you all decided to split up. Toki, Kailis, and Asha were going to go look for Rocky. Raum and Sylvia were going to stay behind while Sylvia investigated the teleportation circle, and Raum continued to be a loot goblin and just steal as much stuff as he could. And Max is invalid.
Max is in trouble.
Max is eating like a turkey leg, sipping on some mead, living the high life right now.
He said, "Fuck this shit, I'm done with you guys. I'm out." Try to get me killed all the time.
How was I supposed to know the teleportation circle would know where Phalange is?
Uses.
But yeah, so as we pick up today, my camera is super low. No, it's not. We are going to go ahead and we are going to start. Let's say with the group looking for Rocky.
Okay.
After discussing your plans together as a group, the three of you exit the laboratory and make your way back out into the temple entrance. Through the horrid corridor full of hooked body parts and bodies and various forms of meat. And you exit out through those flesh-covered doors back into the main room of the ruin. Previously, you had identified that one of the larger holes in the wall off to the how you're facing out off to your right would be where you would need to travel in order to find Rocky. So as you stand out here, you don't hear those familiar sounds that you had started to get used to. You don't hear the sounds of any sleds dragging. any thunderous steps moving through the ruined halls.
Oh, that's not good.
Guys, this can't be good.
Just an eerie silence.
I don't like silence.
Hmm.
Well, when the hag disappeared, maybe everything else did?
I mean, the dungeon is still. This is a dungeon, right?
Underground sand pit. Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know a better way to call it.
But maybe without her here now, aside from maybe a few lackeys, might have an easier chance. I say easier loosely, but easier chance maybe to try and find him.
The less chance of running into the hag, the better, I guess, since it's just the three of us.
Yes, we don't want to tackle them by ourselves. Though if we can find a way to capitalize on that tidbit we learned about her, that would be great. But now it's not the time for that. We must find Rocky.
Indeed. Does anyone have a better way to find him other than just running around?
Actually, I do not.
Hmm.
Oh, it spells too high of a level for me.
Locate person.
Yeah, I don't have locate person yet. I only have locate object. I didn't prepare it because I don't know of any objects he has.
He has the face mask.
Rojan, can I make an investigation check to see if I can make some sort of best guess as to where Rocky might be?
You already know that Rocky is down that hallway. The hole to the right of the main flesh doors that you just come out of. There's like a large hole punched into the wall, and previously you guys had determined that that's where like somewhere in that vicinity, that's where Rocky was being held.
Well, I guess we have no choice but to go into the hole and hope Rocky's in mostly good health.
I have a feeling we're gonna find Rocky with one less arm, but at least
One less
he
arm.
could be alive.
One less arm and still alive is better than one less arm and not.
Exactly. Unless anyone else wants to, I don't mind taking the lead and going down and seeing what we can find. As
Be my
he'll kind of
guest.
put up his shield.
I'll be
Alright.
right behind him. And I will, I'll give you a little tap and say, God, why did I forget my own god's name right in that moment?
Corona?
Yes.
We've all been
That's
there.
'cause no, it's because I was thinking of Tarshara, and so I went to her
Oh.
god instead.
'Cause we were talking about that right
Are
before
we
the
just
show.
are you just gonna start worshiping Tartar now?
Yes.
I always go I Harona because it's like I Sharona.
I heard.
That's how I remember. That's how I remember.
Well, we were talking about Tartar right
Yeah,
before.
so my brain went
fresh
there.
to mind, and how we miss our Dragon Forge or
Yeah.
Dragon. Wow, Destiny Forged. Dragon's Dogma's on the mind. Sorry, guys.
See, I'm not the only one. So I'm gonna tap him on the shoulder and be, may Verona guide us, and I'll give you some guidance.
I was like, was that guidance?
Yes. Because Verona's gonna guide us. I was real creative with that one, okay?
Hey, look,
I like
sometimes look, you don't need to be creative all the time. You can just like bump him on the shoulder and say guidance, and it works.
Hey, I had a peg-legged pirate of Ilmater that basically bopped you with a shield to heal you.
All right, so I will lead the way.
Okay. What is the marching order at this point?
I think we said me, Asha. Oh my god, I forgot everyone's names.
Toki.
Toki.
Career.
Wow.
I got that one.
Okay. So, Kylus, you begin to walk towards this large, what looks to be just man-made hole in the wall. As you can see that something large, something powerful had punched through it, and then it looks like you just used its bare hands to burrow through probably about a good 15 feet of like solid rock before it exits, before it goes into another structured part of the temple.
Since I wasn't here for one of the episodes, did we see what made it originally?
You didn't see what made it originally, but you know that there were like those large undead looking creatures, like giants, that were dragging those metal sleds throughout the
triangle. The triangle heads were using it as a passageway.
Got it. Okay. So yeah, definitely gonna be on my guard. Okay. So yeah, just gonna kind of keep my head on a swivel while I keep an eye out. I'm gonna keep an ear out as well to see if I can hear any more like shuffling or grunting or moaning or whatever.
Go ahead and give me an investigation roll.
Oh, investigate. Oh, I'm actually good at investigation. Okay.
Can I assist since I'm proficient?
I'm gonna say no, because this is something that she's just straining to hear at the moment.
Okay.
That is 14 plus 4, 18.
18. And you've gone into like this stone tunnel at this point, correct?
Yes,
Okay.
I'm trying to lead us into it.
All right. So you get about like halfway through, and you could swear you hear faint, distant moans deeper in this room.
Do these sound like moans from like an undead creature, or like moans of pain?
It's more like moans of suffering and moans of exhaustion than the moans of the undead.
Okay. He'll whisper behind his shoulder and say, "I hear something faint up ahead. Let's still proceed with caution, just in case."
Sounds good.
Pass it back.
No, I'll pass it back.
And we'll keep going.
As you enter into this structured room, it looks to be another part of the ruined temple that had been previously closed off in a rock slide. With this hole punched through, you have easy access into what was possibly a medical wing at some point in time. But given the jagged pig iron bars that have been strewn across some of like the open doorways, and just from the sights of the inside of these cages, where you can see various bodies either in horrible states as to like they're on death's door, or they've already passed. Like,
Okay.
and you notice that a lot of them are missing limbs. But the limbs themselves, like the cuts themselves and everything, have been like expertly stitched shut, as to where the person would not die from bleeding out.
Right. Considering how he saw that book earlier of different body parts, he's not the sharpest marble in the tool shed, but he can put 2 and 2 together. He wants to make sure everyone's okay, paladin shit, but he's gonna check for Rocky first. He wants to see if he can find Rocky in any of these.
I'm not even gonna need you to roll for this. Like, you get down probably about 3 cages, and you see Rocky like slumped against the wall, just like his head against, like resting against the stone, softly like mumbling to himself. His skin like easily, like you can tell is like in like the late stages of dehydration. His lips are chapped, He's just got a very like glossed over look in his eyes. But next to him is an individual that gives you a little caution. As that strange blue humanoid that had been hunting you down, one of the astral bounty hunters, is in there as well.
Oh,
What?
But he is in a disheveled condition. You can see that there are like numerous like finger-sized puncture marks in his neck, and that his right hand has been like removed. And he too is just sitting there sort of like mumbling to himself.
Was this the one we saw on the teddy bear or just in town?
This is Temu version Cad Bane.
Okay.
this is the one in town that was following me around.
Okay.
Cowboy.
He's one of the three that we still remember, because one of them we always forget.
Yep.
Except for Asha, because she saw the damn teddy bear.
Is the cowboy? Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. Very Cad Bane from Star Wars.
Yep.
There's my notes.
It's Temu Cad Bane.
Give me a second. Oh, he had a fuck ton of animals with him. Okay. Okay. So. See, Kylus is a little conflicted because he's just like, well, I could just end it right now, but sometimes mercy can pass on more mercy. First things first, he's gonna get his water skin out, and he's gonna try to grab the back. Back up. Can I get into the gate?
That's a good question. That is a good question.
Can I get into the gate?
Gate swings wide open. No lock, no nothing.
Okay. I will go in and grab the back of his head and get my water skin out and say, Rocky, how are you feeling? Are you with me? No, Rocky. Priorities.
Yeah. And as like you go to pour your water skin, it's then that you notice that it is completely empty.
Oh, fucking A. Create water. Does someone have create water?
Not today.
Yeah.
It's not a ritual spell.
Is my water skin empty?
Your water skin is empty.
Frustrated, he will throw it on the ground, and while he's still holding on to him, and he'll even say like, "Oh, damn it," and it's not gonna do much, but he'll pump in a little bit of lay on hands just to give him a little bit of vitality.
Okay. And like you give him just a little bit of vitality, just like giving him a little hit points, but he's still just got that worn over look on his face.
Yeah.
It's like it looks like he has been denied sleep for a couple days. And as you're sitting there and you're like pumping life into him, the individual in there with him sort of just like slowly turns his head to you.
Well, he's doing that.
Go ahead.
I want to approach the Cad Bane guy.
Okay.
Asha has probably a moment of hesitation before the value of life comes over for her, and she will actually place her hand on him and cast a bit of cure wounds.
Okay.
To try and help him. Assuming her water skin's empty as well, so she would just move on from that.
Yep. As he just sort of shakes his head and he looks to the two of you. That's not gonna help.
What do you mean?
Your healing magic.
No, you guys need water, but that's all we have right now. At least hope no see through until we can get you to where we have water.
Oh no, we're fine in regards to, well, what your healing is. She's made sure to keep us alive. She's just drawing us out.
Well, she's not here anymore.
We don't know that. She just may not here at the moment.
Well, she teleported away for now.
For now, we can see if we can get them back to the teleportation circle. If it's still working, we can get them all out of here.
Where's the rest of your companions? So I look at the blue-skinned man.
One of them's dead.
Wait,
Oh,
there's only two of them.
The other one, who knows where he went. He bragged that he killed all of you. Was going to go claim his reward.
That's why they haven't been hunting us. Yay!
Me and the other one, we know he's sort of a half-asses thing. So we kept looking in hopes that we might be able to put you down. Unfortunately, we followed you all into that sandstorm. Encountered her. The big guy I was with was a prime candidate for what she was calling her magnum opus. Don't know what that is, but he was quickly husked out and taken away.
What was special about him to make that decision?
He had a lot of meat on him.
Ah. So what now? We save you and you'll continue to pursue us?
Guys, don't act like us saving him is a condition of him leaving us alone.
As far as I'm concerned,
I'm not. I'm curious of his intentions.
As far as I'm concerned, you get me out of here, you're dead. I'll report back that you've been taken care of, and that should be that.
Makes you feel better. Most of us did die. If it wasn't for the will of the gods, we wouldn't still be here.
Look, I didn't kill you, so I don't care.
Check out.
Go ahead.
Can I get an insight check on the whole he's gonna report us dead?
You
I'm
can
inciting too.
roll insight checks if you want.
Please help me.
No, these are separate checks. These are separate checks.
I know that. No, I know that. But I'm just saying, if you could do better than me, because I keep doing. I really did not stat this character as much as I thought I would play him.
Okay, let's see.
CX.
Wow.
I rolled a 6 with a +0.
Good job, Zoro.
Jeez.
Good job.
His dump stat is wisdom and intelligence. I only have 3 good stats.
16.
16.
I mean, middle of the road, so it might be good.
Kylis, you're still a little bit angry at the whole ordeal that had previously come to pass with you all being killed in the first place. So
Yeah, that tracks.
it's very hard for you to trust what he's saying. So Toki, you get a hint that he's actually disappointed that he wasn't the one to get to you first to kill you. Almost, there's the tone there that hints that, like, if it were him, you would not be here. But he seems to be on the up and up when it comes to calling the hunt off on you.
She'll put a hand on one of Kylis's shoulders and go, I know you're still angry for what they did, but despite him trying to kill us, he does seem to have some honor in his words. I think we can trust him, at least in this respect.
And if it makes you feel any better, Blue Boy, he holds up like the stump of his hand. I couldn't draw on you anyway.
See, this is why Lefty rules.
I mean, if we can get you to a better cleric than I, we might be able to heal that.
No. As soon as I'm clear of here, I'm out of here. I'll go back.
That's your prerogative.
I'll go back to the astral. Get my wounds taken care of.
Well, despite how I feel in my better judgment, it is my duty to save everyone who is still alive here, so I was already planning on getting you out as well. So let's see how many others we can get out and try to get them over to the teleportation.
He kind of like shakes his head. 2 of us are the only ones you're gonna get.
Why is that?
We're in what is called the processing cell. The other ones are just waiting for them to keel over and fully dry out before she moves them. Well, wherever she moves them. People in that room over there kind of like nods over to a larger room. That's just a twisted walk-in closet. They're alive in a sense, but if you were to remove them, they'd die.
That fragile.
Yes.
Takumi looks at Asha and goes, "Yes, is that something you can cure?"
Not from the sounds of it. Asha looks probably visibly upset about that, too. She's not happy.
Yeah, Kylus is too. Then for now, I guess it's just the 2 of you.
Let's get them out, and maybe we can come back and at least put them out of their misery. Stop whatever she plans on doing with their bodies.
I can tell you what she plans on doing with them. I've
Oh?
seen it firsthand.
What is that?
Some kind of twisted, sickening rebirthing. She falls, she pops out of one of these skin suits.
And what happens if we were to burn them all?
He like weakly shrugs.
Alright.
I mean, if we start burning these bodies, can we get to the teleportation circle in time?
Well,
Is
again, priorities.
the room that they're in, is it made from like stone?
It's just it's cut stone.
I mean, the fire's not really going to spread much further than the bodies themselves. It's stone. Fire doesn't burn through that.
I was gonna.
You're gonna have
push
to
the oil on them.
deal with their caretaker too.
Where are they?
The giant.
No, not a giant. I don't know what to call him, but he's in there with the bodies. He doesn't leave that room. His whole ordeal is to make sure that they're taken care of and moisturized.
That sounds disturbing.
Honestly, I think it would be a bit cathartic to take care of him if he's keeping these people barely alive.
Agreed. But we should regroup first before we make any rash
Yes.
decisions. If he never leaves that room, then
We at least know where he is.
alright, let's get you 2 back then.
Yeah. I'll leave Rocky to brain work. Come on, Kylus, and I'll help. I'll help the Cad Bane guy to his feet.
Kylus, can I get
his name?
Kylus, can I get a medical or medicine roll from you?
Yes. Okay. 17.
Given his condition and the way that he looks, you're going to have to carry Rocky.
Oh, that's
He cannot move on
my
his
hollow
own.
bird bones.
Yep.
Yep. I could easily hoist him over my
Okay.
shoulder
As
gently.
he
but I'll
is
hoist him.
currently at 5 points of exhaustion.
Oh, damn. Like, he's right there.
He's right
Ew.
there.
He's super bad. Oh yeah, speed is zilch. Yeah, yeah, that's no problem for me. As I will gently place him over my shoulder, just kind of carry him.
Okay, can you lead the way out? Make sure we're not running into anything while we're carrying them.
Tokimi will take point like 10 feet in front of these guys,
Okay.
and basically just try and lead the way back to teleportation circle.
Alrighty. So as all of this is going down, back in the laboratory itself, Sylvia, you are standing in the dead center of this teleportation. Your imagination buzzing at the possibilities that this thing offers, as you can see that the magical essence that was in that circle when that gem was broken is still humming inside of it.
My intent is to study this thing as much as possible, but I know time is limited, so prioritizing just writing down and making diagrams and notes about everything, all the symbols that are in it, where the symbols are within it, which direction the symbols are facing. I'm using measuring tapes to measure the distances between the various circles, the length of the symbols, the distance between the symbols, everything, so that I have adequate notes to then later study the notes, because I don't have the time to stay here and study this for days.
Okay. Go ahead and give me color and arcana roll.
Can I add my Tinker's Tools proficiency to this roll?
You know what? I'll let you do it since you're taking measurements and everything. Yeah, you can most definitely add that.
Oh, that is great. That is going to be 25.
25. All right. So you do what you can and you make detailed notes about everything that you're able to write in that point. How focused is Sylvia?
This circle is her life at the moment.
Okay.
Nothing else matters.
Okay. All right, so you spend this entire time where your friends are away. And like every now and then you hear like little clacks and clicks as Realm shoves something else into his bag. But you're able to get through the study of this arcane circle uninterrupted.
Perfect.
And then you hear footsteps entering into the laboratory as your friends return, with Rocky in Kalis's arms, and surprisingly that bounty hunter, who is sort of like heavily leaning on Asha for support. Toki, you were taking the lead, right?
Yep.
What
10
is
feet ahead of the party.
what is Toki's passive perception?
Not great. It's only a 13.
Okay.
I see you found Rocky.
He's in very bad shape, though.
We have to come back.
The circle is still active if you want to use that.
We need to get
Probably
these
best.
these two out. The one of the stitchers or helpers, whatever you want to call them, that has been waiting for them to die and then harvesting them or whatever is downstairs. It doesn't sit right with me just to leave them here, continuing this work.
These were the
So-
only two we could save.
What's the plan then?
I'd like to see this place burn personally, but I don't know if that's a viable plan.
I would like to have this person meet the afterlife, but get these two home first. They'll go and we stay behind.
Is Rocky well enough to basically just ask to go someplace safe?
Rocky
Or he
cannot
knows he
move.
can get-
Rocky cannot speak. Rocky cannot move. Like you are going to have to carry him to safety.
Unfortunately, I think it might be best for us to go back, regroup, maybe collect Max, and come back.
The one with the oil to set things on fire?
Yeah. Bring lots of oil back with us.
Well, we know how to get in now. And we were told that he never leaves, so know where to find it to come back.
Yeah, I mean, if we go back, it's possible that Viventrix could maybe supply us with like some explosives or something if we wanted to collapse this place on our way out. Seems like the type of thing he'd have.
Like the idea of that.
Or like a magic bomb with some extra abilities behind it, I'm sure. Nothing simple with that man. Alright, well, are you done here as well? Or do you need more time?
I mean, I would love more time, but I don't think we have more time. But if the plan is to go back to Valanche, I'd love to just stay back for a moment and observe you guys going through the circle so I could take some more notes of its activation and what that entails, and then I'd follow right behind.
What if there's only one more activation left?
I-
Enough juice for one teleportation.
I did mention there was only enough juice for one jump left.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Sorry, my bad. Then yeah, we should all go together.
If you want to stay behind, we'll let you stay behind.
I mean, I would love to stay behind, but it's probably not a good idea.
You want to lose a character? That's how you lose a character.
We don't want to see your character become a captive again.
You want ancestor, you get ants.
All right. Rom, get your ass over here.
And
Time to go.
Brown like walks
Time to
over
go.
and he's just like slings his bag back over his shoulder.
When I feel like there's like literally treasure falling out of his pockets, it's like shoved down his pants and his shirt.
Like the guy
There's a
from
pocket that has treasure in it.
I love
Yeah.
dick pigs.
Yeah.
I envision the bulging bender that can't close his
Yep.
belly door
Like-
yet.
yeah.
like his
He's so
bag-
full of
I
loot.
stole too much.
His bag is like overflowing with stuff. You see that he's like tucked his shirt in and stuffed things down his shirt. Just like anything that he can grab, he's just like put onto his person.
If it ain't nailed down, it's on his person.
So, back to Valanche then?
Yes, let's get Rocky back. He's coming with us too. We're going to do what we can to patch him up.
Now, with the two things that you've seen, the two people that you've seen use the circle, you noticed that there was a specific location, like a specific building or something, and the location of said location that you speak out before the teleportation circle will enact.
Shall we go back to my house in Valanche? I have all the medical supplies there currently because we carried most of them. Well, at least 2 of the crates there.
And we're
Or the Heroes Hall.
bringing the bounty hunter guy?
Can't leave him here.
He will report us as being deceased to his superiors.
His partner already
that's-
said that he defeated us and killed us back when we were traveling, so let them believe it.
And you think he's trustworthy?
No.
I don't think it really matters. We can't leave him here.
Trustworthy enough in this matter.
Okay.
Now, will your house be specific enough, though? Should we use an actual name of an establishment?
We can go to the
Okay.
Healer's Hall in Valanche.
Healer's Hall works. Wow, that was better than my idea, actually. I was thinking the barbecue place.
Land on top of Max. You son of a bitch!
Yeah, son of a bitch!
But you guys are just gonna like teleport to the rack attack.
We can do the Healer's Hall. That's a established location in Valanche, so that works for me too.
Yeah.
I'm not just concerned about the patients.
Yeah. So we'll probably say like the Healer's Hall in Valanche.
Who's speaking it?
Take it easy. Asha.
Asha will.
Yeah, I
It's
need
your idea.
Asha. I need the specific words that you speak to activate this teleportation circle.
I wish.
Healer's Hall in Valanche?
And as you say that, the runes begin to light up once again. All of you are surrounded by like a soft, like pinkish light. And as the light fades, you are now all standing in the Healer's Hall in Valanche.
I'll motion Kyler's where to lay Rocky down, and I'll help the bounty hunter guy over to a place to sit while I go gather materials to try and treat them.
He's literally a fragile bird, so he.
Yep. Fragile bird looks worse off. He gets healing. He gets helped first.
The bounty
Good
hunter
water, though.
sort of just gets up, walks over to like the small like pool of water that you have in the Healer's Hall, just fills up his water skin, takes like a big drink of it, and just walks out of the well, I should say limps out of the Healer's Hall.
I don't think I ever caught your name.
You're right, you didn't.
What bangs?
Name's Bane. Cad Bane.
TM.
Yeah. Middle initials? No.
No.
No. Doctorate? Never heard of that one.
Cat Bane DDS.
Do I need to make a medicine check to start working on Rocky to try and start rehydrating him?
Yeah, go ahead and give me a medicine check here for Rocky.
While this is happening, I'm definitely refilling my water skin and gonna start giving Rocky a little bit of water. If
Okay.
he's
Can
able to.
Tokumi
Otherwise, I'm just gonna have
assist?
it on standby.
Can Tokumi assist Asha and give her advantage because I'm proficient in medicine?
That will be up to Asha if she's going to allow anybody to assist her with this.
There's probably a moment of hesitation having Asha not seen Tokumi in action, but then she accepts the help.
She has.
There's a momentary vision there.
She has the healer's kit. She's reaching in it.
Lots of people have healer's kits. Doesn't mean they know how to use them.
Mm.
But it's fine. She allows her to help.
I don't.
I'm not helping you.
I know, I'm just saying, case in point. Just because I
Yeah.
know medicine don't mean I know how to apply it.
I know
So,
the theory of medicine.
I do.
let's-
Band-Aid. Ointment.
24.
The 24. Okay, you're able to at least get him to weekly drink some water and able to help him into like a state of rest so he can finally sleep. He's not going to be able to eat until he like sort of like regains some sort of faculty.
That's fine. Don't make me lace that with sleepy time tea. I will. Sleep.
Oh, it's not even sleepy time tea that you need. The moment like you give him, you technically fight him for water as he's like trying to just like very weakly rip the water skin out of your hand just to down it. You know that's not a good idea.
Mm-mm.
So, but you like very gingerly start giving him water and whatnot. And as he lays down, his body sort of just like relaxes due to like the coolness of the pillow, and he just passes out.
Put some blankets on him and start organizing the healer's hall because I know I'm gonna be here until he's able to function on his own.
Yep.
I know when Max went through, he was talking about somewhere in Valanche. Do you guys want to go try and find him and figure out why the fuck he decided to do that?
You all heard that he said Boris's house.
Oh. Do any of you want to go to Boris's house and fetch Max?
I will.
Much
Silly,
appreciated.
wanna come?
Yeah, I'll go with you. I'm not really of any help here.
Love to know why he thought it was a good idea to do that.
Look, everybody gets one moment
He's
of pushing the button.
Human.
No, me as a player, I love it. I love it. Asha's just pissed.
Look, if no one's gonna let me forget that Ash put her fucking finger in the demon goo one time, we're not gonna let Max forget that
What's
he
it one time?
fucked off.
That's at one time, though.
It was one time. It was.
I mean, Mia touched literally everything, so.
Yeah. So yeah, we're gonna start there first. So that's where he said he was going.
Huh.
Don't know if he remained there though, since it's been like what, almost an hour.
So, for about the hour that you've been alone, Max, what have you been doing?
So the first thing he would do is run up to Boris, and he's like, Boris, I need your help. I fucked up. I have fucked up bad. On a scale of 1 to 20, about how strong would you say you are?
This is before or after I've consumed alcohol?
Let's say before.
Before, reasonably, probably out of 13. Now, if I got alcohol in me, I'm going to believe it's a 20.
All right. I need you to come with me and get rope. Lots of rope, like 250 feet of rope. I need to go pester the alchemist. No, the artificer, and see if I can get some fire.
You want to maybe clue me in as to what the fuck's going on?
I do not have the time. I need to run. Because
Alright.
I am in deep trouble.
You fucked up. You want me to get rope, and you're getting fire from the artificer.
This is the plan, yes.
Fuck it, I'm bored. Why not?
All right, just like old times.
Max.
Yep.
The fuck do we keep the rope?
I don't. Ask the mayor. All right, bye.
As he's like, he just growls to himself, and he turns and he sort of just like starts stomping back towards Miles's estate.
When I get to what the hell's his name? Fucking
Verventrix?
Xanort's place. Yeah,
Xanort.
I kick in the door. I just kick in the door. Artificer, I need fire. Lots of fire. But like portable fire that I can throw and then becomes fire safely. Hopefully not
like,
catching any of my friends on fire.
He just like puts a teacup down. He like dusts his hands off. You need fire that you can throw.
Yes, that is yes.
How much fire do you need?
How much do you have?
Not trying to be a smartass, but the answer would be yes. You sound like you need
Good.
a lot of fire.
Yes.
1 second.
I reach into whatever pocket dimension I'm allowed to have like my giant hoard of jewels in, and I just like dump a pile of diamonds on his counter and be like, "All right, this many worth."
Oh, you don't need to pay me. I'm going to give you one of my experiments.
Oh shit! Do you have any reliable fire?
Oh, this is reliable. This is guaranteed to light things on fire.
Okay, cool.
See,
that's exactly what I want.
he walks over and he like very gingerly opens up a small box that's just like velvet lined, and inside, and like a very like secure fastening, is this soft, like clear, like crystal decanter. But it just looks like it just has like a swirling catastrophe inside of it. He just very carefully pulls the bottle out. He walks over and he's taking very careful steps as he just very gingerly puts it down onto the counter. This will most definitely light what you need on fire.
Okay, so
I have to
I'm
ask,
going to
how
have to repel.
strong is your throwing arm?
It's pretty decent, but the bigger problem is that to get to where I need to set on fire, I have to repel about 200 feet underground first.
Oh, it's underground. Perfect. You don't need to go under. You can literally just drop this from the cave opening, and you can guarantee that everything inside will be cooked.
Shit hot! Alright, yes. So, for the safety of travel, can I keep the books?
You're going to need the box, yes. This is a very volatile liquid. And any jostling, any sort of thing like that will set it off. So be very careful when this is on your person.
Oh, good. Yeah, that's exactly what I want. Yep. That's great to hear. For me.
It's like, oh, and don't ride a horse. That is going to end in catastrophe itself.
Sure. I will take that under advisement.
He puts the decanter back in the box, and he closes it and fastens it. He just like walks over and places the box onto the counter.
This one might be a little out of left field, and I know you're still getting set up. Do you have an immovable rod?
Funny enough, no.
Shit.
Fresh
Do you have
out.
anything that could be used as an anchor for, say about 250 feet of rope, capable of carrying the body weight of, all of my friends and a mostly dead bird?
How big's the bird?
You know the bird that usually travels with us?
Sylvia.
About the same weight, just a little bit taller.
You need an anchor.
Yes, something to, yes. Because I would like to get them out of the hole before I throw this fire into it.
Well, a well-placed climbing pizza or two would do the trick.
Great. Do you have any?
He like walks over to like a box just labeled junk. As he starts like digging through it, and he's just like he like tosses up like 2 of them onto the counter. I have no idea why I have these, but they're yours if you need them.
Because they
All right, great.
Packs.
Okay.
It's probably like some like earlier experiments starting adventure pack or something.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have a hammer in that junk box? I don't want to mess up my my cooking pot.
Please don't tell me you hammer things with a cooking pot.
You know what? When everything is a nail.
He reaches into just like a toolbox. He walks over and just places a hammer in front of you. Keep that.
All right, thank you. Great. Okay, 2 pitons, hammer. Boris is getting the rope. He takes the box. All right, I'll be seeing you later. Thank you so much. And he very gingerly, just kind of like Batman trying to
It's
get
the
rid of that bomb.
Oh God, Batman and the bomb. Yes, that's what I was thinking about.
For some reason, you're running through the desert and you go to throw it, and there's just a collection of nuns for some
like
reason.
a parade. What the fuck?
It's Cliff Gaming. Thank you for that raid.
Convenient. All right.
So yeah, you're just like
and then,
very
he's just
gingerly
gonna
carrying the bomb through the town.
Yep, and then he's just gonna meet up with Boris and hopefully the rope.
Okay. And it takes Boris some time to get back to you, as he's like, "All right, I found out where the rope is. Be right back." And he walks into like the newly opened just like the newly opened like equipment store. About 5 minutes later, he comes out and he's got like two spools of like 100 feet, and he's got another 50 wrapped around him. Okay, so you gonna tell me why I needed to go grab 250 feet of rope now?
Yes, we need to pull all of my friends out of a butthole in this desert so that I can throw this bomb into it and basically erase the entire thing from the map.
You want to run that by me again? We're going to a butthole in the sand, pulling your friends out of the butthole, and then
Also correct.
Exploding the butthole.
Yep, you've got it. That is the 3-part plan to saving my friends.
Are you sure you don't have heat stroke?
No, not yet.
And how exactly are we getting to this so-called butthole?
We are running through the desert.
You want me to run through the desert with 250 feet of rope strapped to myself while you are carrying a bomb that we are then going to attempt to extract your friends like a collection of beads out of the butthole in the sand. And then we are just going to drop the bomb into said butthole and just hope that we are not caught in the blast.
I mean, he assures me that this is very reliable fire and that we are probably safe.
Didn't you tell me not to trust him because he's a war criminal?
Yes, but if anybody would know how to destroy something with fire, it's a war criminal.
Okay, I can't argue with that logic. That is pretty sound. All right, look.
If you need me to carry some of the rope, I can carry some of the rope.
No,
that's fine.
I'm good. I just need to... I hate to say this. I don't have deputies yet. So I have to go christen Brick and Brack to watch over the town while we're going out and blowing up a sandy butthole.
How long do you think that would take?
Give me a moment. He kind of just like drops the rope at your feet, and he begins running over to the rack attack. And like in this collection of time, by the time you sat there, you formulated this plan, you worried about fucking up and everything, you got everything. It's at this point in time that who would be going out to look for Max? Was it everybody except Asha?
I believe it was Kylus and Sylvia.
Okay.
It was Kylus and Sylvia. Yeah.
The two of you walk out of the healer's hall, and you see Max standing in the middle of the road with just like 3 spools of rope at his feet and just this very intricate looking box in his hands that he's like gingerly holding.
Oh, that was easy.
Yeah. Well, why so much rope, Max?
Oh my god, you guys are here. Oh, that's. Oh no. Okay. Okay, so don't be mad.
I'm not, more just confused.
Cool. I didn't know that the teleportation circle was going to work.
Fair.
Mostly because I didn't think it was going to know what the hell the lunch was.
True. Hey, it worked for us.
But yes, I'm glad to hear it. Because that means I don't need all of this. Oh shit. Okay. We
What was
needed
it
fire,
for?
right?
Yes.
It was for you guys.
Yeah.
Me and Boris were going to come back with a lot of rope and fire.
Oh, no, that's actually yes. Keep that. Yes, because we were wanting to regroup with you because there is someone we want very much dead in the back in the butthole. And we actually wanted to quite literally set it on fire. Don't know how well it would be, so we were gonna collect, or at least I was thinking of collecting oil. I know you have some on you, but not enough to like burn a good chunk of it. So I was gonna grab some oil and hope that helps.
Yeah. I've got a war crime in a box.
Is it a gerbil?
No, it's he very carefully walks over to Kylus, and he just opens the box a little bit so that he can see the
wow.
decanter of swirling fire inside.
Ah, that
I
for Ventrix?
I got it for Vendrix,
Yeah.
and then he's just gonna shut the box.
Wait, you went to him willingly?
I mean, where else was I going to get a lot of fire?
Has to like put his hand on your shoulder and he's like, "I'm proud of you, Max." This
Yes,
is
I
growth.
did some growing today. Yeah, got it.
I'm glad you're safe.
And yeah, nobody's mad.
Well, I can't speak for everyone, Sylvia.
Oh, I'm not mad. I was, I probably would have done the same thing that you did just to see if it works. I don't know if Asha's happy.
Yeah, Asha might be a bit cross with you. Mom's
But
mad.
she's busy fixing Rex right now anyway, so.
Rocky.
Kylus.
Rocky.
Fixing who?
Sorry, we were
Kyle.
just
I'm
talking
sorry,
about
the
Rex
Carl's
earlier.
here.
We're
See,
talking
Is it
about
a sexier
earlier.
Carl?
I-
Where's the sexier
I
Carl?
Got that fish on the mind, I guess. Yeah, no,
See, we were
Rocky.
talking about
sorry.
it. Rocky. Yes, Rocky is on the brink of death. Actually, if you want to come with us back to the healer's hall, I can actually fill you in on what happened. It involves a bounty hunter that was trying to kill us. Remember we died that one? Yeah. And Kylus will like head and just tell the story.
I'm sorry. What?
Yeah. I don't trust him, but there was something about him that made me think, well, at least in this situation, maybe he won't quite literally stab us in the back.
Okay. All right. Yeah, let's go to the healer's hall.
He never gave us his name, but I almost want to call him Bane because he's the bane of our existence. Just came to me.
I got nothing. I have no opinion on that one way or the other. I have not seen this guy.
And as we're walking, I'm going to tell him about what we learned about like the body parts, what they've been doing, what we witnessed in the cells, this stitcher or surgeon, whatever, all the shit he's doing, and like why we want to very much set it all on fire, and just kind of explain that as we're walking and talking.
Max, do you want me to pick up that big pile of rope and take it with us, or are you just gonna leave it there?
Do we need to go back in the?
All right, we got
do we
the.
need to go back in the butthole?
All right, twins have been deputized. Wait. Oh,
Hey.
they're back.
Hello.
Hey, yeah.
You have deputies now.
Look,
Congrats on the deputies.
so we don't need to go.
I mean, I still will because we need to destroy the butthole in the desert, but we no longer need the 200. Here, Kylus,
Will do
if
to have it.
I mean, we could take it. Yeah, we'll take it. Yeah,
Oh, no. This rope is city property. I just paid with this my own money. This rope is going into the town guard's barracks. We'll use it for arresting people or something.
Okay.
Isn't that what?
Well,
Isn't that
here,
what handcuffs
take
are for?
this for the trouble, and I just hand him a diamond. All right, we're off to the healer's hall now. So,
But you handed him a dime?
A diamond.
a diamond.
Oh, diamond! I heard dime. I was like, for your troubles, kid. Okay,
No,
that makes way more
just hand
sense.
him a-
It's
I just
like
hand him a diamond.
he just like
Flip him a dime.
puts the thing in his bag, and he turns around as you see Brick and Brack walking out. They've got like, you don't know where they got them, but they got like matching like bobby hats. And he's just like, no, you guys go back inside. You're fired for being deputies. You're bartenders again. And they just like, they just walk back in.
I mean, couldn't you still technically have them be deputies if
I'm
there's
not-
a time whenever you need to leave?
We
Look,
really don't.
we
want
don't
them
want them
to
as
be
deputies.
Oh, right. Okay. Right. Where did you get the rope? Because we're
He points over-
eventually going to be going back.
He points over to the shop. That one that was just opened up.
Yeah, there's
wanna-
apparently a general store now.
It's wonderful. That's really good, actually. If you guys
Yep.
want, I can catch up. I'll go ahead and I'll buy some rope because we're gonna still need it. Plus, you never know what else we
Wait,
need it for.
Oh, yeah, I guess. Yeah, that's right. Okay. All
We
right.
haven't
In that case,
talked about it, but maybe we'll go back. I know Sylvia would like to for research.
Okay, so I now have a hammer, and 2 pythons.
Max, I will tell you now that carrying that bomb, you cannot move faster than half speed.
Great, wonderful. Okay. So what I'm hearing is that I need to give this to the monk as soon as possible. Okay, all right. I guess Sylvia, we'll go back to the healer's hall.
Yep. Again, Asha didn't seem super happy, so maybe just prepare yourself for that.
We'll have to make it up to her later. It'll be fine. And off we go.
I'll go buy a rope.
All right. So
Never
before
know. We keep falling into big ass pits, so I feel like it's just an investment to just get long ass rope at this point. To be completely honest, this is not our first pit we fell into. Okay.
To be
This is
completely
our
honest,
third
I
or fourth one.
don't think the party has rope anymore because we used it all to get down the butthole.
Oh. Well, there
So
you
now
go.
Now it's all stuck inside the butthole.
The
I don't
butthole
want it back.
has a string sticking out of it. It's not good.
Now it's all in
Where-
a pile at the bottom of the butthole because the thing that was anchoring the rope to the outside was Sylvia's sword that she recalled.
Oh, right.
So now it's just
Back
kind of
in.
vibing at the bottom of the butthole like a tapeworm.
I just want to point out that we are supposedly all mature adults here. Some of us
No.
even have kids.
That doesn't make us. That doesn't make us
Liar. There's nothing
Matt,
mature about me.
This
That just
episode,
make me relate to my children.
this
better,
episode
that's all.
just like
Exactly.
seriously devolved into junior high humor at the moment.
Look, we're
Fucking
serious. We're
adorable,
totally
though.
serious.
You brought this on yourself, Rojan.
You started
I'm
it.
not the one who called it the butthole in the sand to begin with.
Look,
You rolled with
Rojan,
it,
same
though.
thing happened with the flying worm with the spinning mouth of teeth in Mass Effect, and y'all
The
called it a
whole teeth.
flying butthole. You guys called it a flying butthole. Where I was like,
It was.
flying. Okay,
This is true.
so
And
All right.
it is something we know the name of what is in the sand. We will never call it that. It will always be a butthole.
we can't, for copyright reasons, we can't call it that. A Snarlack pit.
Doesn't matter. It's still a
All right.
butthole.
So before we continue on, let's go ahead and take a quick break here so we can get up, stretch your legs, get something to drink,
Stop
and all that
giggling
fun
like little
stuff.
kids.
Yeah, stop giggling like little kids, and we will be right back.
make 5
All
games.
right.
Yeah, well.
We're back and the cameras are fucked.
Yeah, because I got here, boss.
New Age Geeks, thank you for that raid.
Welcome.
I tried warning
to
you.
a very,
I warned him
very
too.
grown up
It's just,
and
you know.
mature D&D game with a
Yo.
Extremely
bunch
mature.
of fully grown adults. Mm-hmm.
Yo.
Yeah, we just didn't have a multi-minute comedy session of talking
Buttholes,
about
I heard
buttholes
everything
in
about
the
it.
sand.
Yep.
Exploding buttholes in the sand.
Mhm.
It was a very adult conversation about it, okay?
I got really confused as because I turned everybody's camera on. And I'm like, why is Zora's camera black? Did I not get it? And I look over, I'm like, oh, okay, that makes sense.
Jeez,
I was
Zora,
putting
way to
something
mess
away.
it up for everyone.
I'm sorry. You know what? If my fucking backgrounds would work, I'm gonna blame Discord on this.
Likely story.
I don't know how to fix
It goes along with your gerbil story. Very likely.
Look, we've come to the conclusion that some stupid messed up shit happened to my computer that I can't even get it on an SSD or boot it up in Windows 11, so I have to probably send it in to eSquad or something. Yeah. Well, because I was informed by a guy at Best Buy, this was a few months ago, when I was buying the upgrade to Windows 11, I was like, something's weird. He's like, you could just go on your computer and do an upgrade. I said, it won't let me. It says I don't have a legit copy of 10 when I know I have a copy of 10. He's like, did you get the digital online version? I said, yes. He's like, oh, there's a common thing where they will randomly, like, just they'll, like, take back the code and make it, like, unlegit or whatever, which is what happened to me. So I'm like, cool, because it hasn't updated in, like, 3 or 4 years, which is why I can't play Dragon's Dogma.
GG, Microsoft.
Yeah. So I can't even load it on there, so we ran all these tests. Long story short, there are some corrupted files that we can't get through because it needs a specific update that my computer can't update anymore. So I'm like, well, either I do a full wipe or let Geek Squad do it. We're not sure. So
Well, it's because
no SSD and no Windows 11 yet.
It's because you have files that are corrupted on both your Windows Update program.
Yeah. They won't update.
Yeah.
I had to actually disable
Oh,
it
they're
just
not
to be able
legit.
to attempt the update for Windows 11, and it's still not working. I tried doing it with everything unplugged. It didn't work. I tried everything at this point.
Because the Windows 10 that I paid for is now not legit. It's stupid.
You know what is
So that's
legit?
my rant.
You know what is legit? Plans to blow up
This game?
buttholes in the sand.
Let's do it.
Oh, real
Yeah.
fast version chat
It is
says
legit.
that Aswin's art is clipping
Yep.
over Fox's cam.
Yep, I fixed it.
Okay.
He fixed it.
Just want to make sure you knew.
Oh yeah, I noticed. I looked over. I'm like looking over at OBS, making sure all the cameras are in the right spot, and I just see like Toki's feet like on Fox's head. I'm like, that doesn't look right.
Wait,
choice.
Toki's
It's a
feet,
choice.
But I only drew her knees and up.
Well,
What sorcery is this?
Right.
all right, time to get yelled at by Asha.
Yep. So the two of you wander into the healer's hall. Are you still carrying the bomb?
Oh yeah.
Okay. So you
Like,
We said we were walking back.
Sometimes
so...
you can't get rid of it.
parades
These fire
happen,
explosions follow you everywhere.
birds,
Yep.
nuns.
Hard to hold it in.
But yeah, Asha, as you're in the healer's hall, sort of like finally taking some time to like set it up and empty out the boxes. The group wanders back in with Max. Very gingerly carrying a strange looking box.
Oh, Max, you actually came back to see us. Wasn't sure if you would with how quickly you left.
It was a science thing mostly. I didn't know that the magic circle was going to know what the hell the ledge was.
And you thought that was the most appropriate time to attempt it.
I mean, how else would we have known that it was safe to use? For all we know, I could have been scattered to the ether.
For all we knew, you were.
Okay, touche. But hey, I brought the present. Since, we still need to dispose of the butthole in the desert, I brought the thing.
Well, don't shake it like that.
What is it?
Well, so I got I got it from Verventrix. He walks over. He just kind of slowly opens the box just a little bit, so that she can see the decanter of swirling fire. It's
What does it do?
it's a war crime. It's just a lot of fire in a crystal bottle.
How far does it spread?
He
There's a very
assured me.
specific room that needs to burn.
He assured me that it would get the job done.
It's a lot of cave system.
It's a lot of fire.
I think I see me forgiven this once. I do want to see that place burn.
As do I.
He was collecting supplies to come back to us. I'm assuming in a panic, because his face was sweating and he was a little huffy when we were talking to him, so...
I was literally running all over town trying to find enough rope to get back to you guys.
Appreciate that. But next time you want to experiment, maybe give someone a heads up first?
Yes,
tried
Miss
that.
Sasha.
Thank you.
Mama has spoken.
I'm not mad, I'm disappointed.
I'm just disappointed.
She becomes one of the chosen of her god, and all of a sudden she's just the group mom.
Her eyes do sparkle at the fire, though. She's
So-
very happy with the fire.
So, does Realm have a bag of holding, or was he just shoving things into a bag?
Good question.
Because if not, we had a very comical scene to where Realm just came through with, like, the bag that he carries with him is bulging. He had his shirt tucked in. He just had stuff like down his shirt, just like whatever he could carry.
I'm pretty sure that's what you're witnessing right now. I don't remember having a bag of holding, and I'm not seeing it on my list. So I'm pretty sure this was literally like we were hanging stuff off of our shoulders, our rings, our bag. Like I don't care what it is. I'm a walking cling clang right now.
You've got
down your
just like
pants.
you've got like a singular stein just hanging from one of your horns.
One of the horns. Yep, pretty much. That is the $1 million question, Rojan. What did we find?
Well, you're gonna have to take some time to go through all of the stuff that you found,
I'm good with that.
because you just grabbed pretty much whatever wasn't wasn't bolted down.
Bolted it down. Yep.
Yep.
Mhm. Works for me.
But yeah, if you wanted to like use one of the empty crates here in the healer's hall, you could just store that stuff in there. That way your bag isn't overflowing and you're not wearing other loot.
Yeah, I think we'll leave some of the stuff here. We'll keep the more valuable looking stuff in the backpack, and all the excess stuff we'll dump in the crate.
Okay. So as you dump, like, you just like do like a quick one, like just a quick glance, and you put a lot of the stuff into the box.
Mm-hmm.
What are your plans at the moment, guys? I know discussion about going out to the sand or out to the back out to the desert and lighting things on fire is the main focus. But are you gonna want to do that right away, or are you going to wait until Rocky is a little more stable, or are you leaving Asha behind to play doctor while all of you go out and light a cave system on fire?
We get the mayor down here. He should have enough skills to at least keep Rocky alive until we get back.
Yeah, I would.
I'm,
I would hate for you to miss the fireworks.
I mean, I would like to see the ending of this surgent or whatever as a guarantee before setting everything on fire. That's just me, though.
I mean, you're assuming it can survive the fire.
Either that or it's the room that
True.
he's in could just be magically protected. There could be too many variables, and I'd rather have a guarantee personally before setting everything ablaze.
From the looks of the way you're walking, that bomb does not travel well.
Yeah, I'm really not thinking I'm going to be able to rappel down a 200-foot butthole to, get this down there.
I can take care of that.
You do you do remember Verventric just said throw it down the butthole and it should take care of the cave system.
I remember that, and I've been trying to convince everybody of that.
There's a lot of strange magics down there. Okay?
Thing is, you were walking awfully slow and gently with it, which understandably so, considering it's like a bomb, or as you put so eloquently, a war crime. Perhaps we should invest in maybe like a bag of holding or something. Maybe that could help it. I'm not sure.
That
We
works.
better probably check with Reventrix before we do that. We want to make sure that whatever is going on inside this canister is not going to negatively react to a subspace.
Yeah, what
Oh.
I understand is that whatever you put in there is kind of suspended in space in its own pocket dimension, so we could be jostled around and nothing will happen to it, but I suppose it would be best to double check.
But there's still some magic it has to go through in order to reach that pocket space, so I want to make sure that won't set it off.
Yeah.
It's
Remind me
another
that
option, though. If they're working, we could always throw them in a room and then reopen that room when we get to the butthole. And just
Small
carry a plank of
reminder
door side plank of wood.
that this one has wings and can carry the thing.
At half speed. You missed that part. Sorry. Whoever carries the bomb has to move at half speed. It's that fragile.
Is it anybody that carries it, or is it specifically because I'm walking?
Anybody who carries it has to move at half speed.
Again, if we need to descend it somewhere safely.
I do like the idea of putting it in a
over there with his
subspace,
rhyming
whether it's
thesaurus.
a bag of holding or we open one of the doors and set it in there for travel.
Doors don't work right now.
Okay, I wasn't sure.
Wait, what doesn't work?
The doors.
Silver doorknobs.
Sure.
The doorknobs.
Right.
So that's an easy way to transfer it.
Give us back our raccoon item.
I'm redesigning it because it's too overpowered.
Just
Bring
because
back
it
our
solves
snaggies.
all of our problems.
Bring back our snaggies.
Always. Just change them into snuggies and call it good.
I could just see if you guys had snuggies, you guys just wrap Rocky in multiple snuggies, hoping that the effects would stack.
Healer says we can't overheat the poor boy.
Like the mending mantle from Monster Hunter.
Yeah.
Is speed the issue? Because Toki and I are both pretty quick. Like, our half speed is pretty darn close to your guys' regular speed.
I think it's more
That
of a
could-
sensitivity thing more than speed. We could double check with Eventrix, but it's something like that might be something more just sensitivity. something being so volatile.
Just more worried about incidentals. It's a long way to travel without being able to really jostle.
Because it's like half a day or 3/4 of a day travel.
Half a day.
I know it was. Yeah, I was like, I remember it was less than a day.
But at the same time, I think it's better to go sooner rather than later, as we don't know what's going to happen there now. Don't know if she ever knows that we were there or not, or if we left traces behind and she suddenly starts packing up to leave.
Well, that's the thing too, is that if she dies, those bodies that are down there, she rejuvenates from. So if we burn them, I'm not saying that she won't have more stashed away somewhere to rejuvenate one, but at least she won't have any options there.
At least maybe she'll get caught in the blast if she's back.
We can only hope.
We can pray. As what she has done is a horrible perversion of life.
Agreed.
So the sooner we get back there, the better. I
Yes.
imagine if there was a safer way to transport this thing, Verventrix probably would have given that to you at the same time.
Unless he assumed we
he
had
and
a
I
bag
aren't
holder.
necessarily on the. Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
He and I aren't necessarily on the best of terms, so maybe it's just kind of a solving two problems kind of situation for him.
Well, how about this? We have to stop by. Verventrix is on the way out of town anyway. Let's stop by there, ask him about the bag of holding, because it can't hurt to ask. If so, we can see if we can pull some money to purchase one. And if not, well, we are no worse off than where we are now.
Don't have a lot, but I would be willing to donate some of my money to help contribute to that. If we're able
Same.
Yeah,
to
don't
afford
worry
it.
about it.
Mr. Moneybags over here.
Just
Well,
throwing diamonds at people like they're ladies of the evening. Just take your diamonds.
Please keep the diamonds. We need those for healing.
Fucking
That is
true.
our Revivify, please.
Dude, diamonds. Yeah.
Give people emeralds.
Okay, got it.
What's emerald for?
There's a few magical
Nothing.
things that use it, but not much.
Oh, okay.
Diamonds,
I legit
rubies.
didn't know.
Let's go to Verventrix. Can someone just get... Fuck, I don't have my list of names here. Someone get the mayor so that he can watch over Rocky, or assign someone to do
Milas?
so. Thank you.
I
Someone find my list for me. I don't have my ability to seek people out. I'm sure Max realized that after he went through the portal.
Yeah, there was. Yeah, that's definitely a thing. I realized.
Just
Or-
like I did,
so
you have
what-
heard about it immediately.
So, in order to just save time, one of the two Sonic characters that we have here, they can just bolt over to Milas and let him know the situation.
Oh my god, you confused me. I'm like Sonic characters. Oh right. Gotta go fast. Got it. Kylus will lean into Max going like, I don't think she's gonna let you forget this for a good while. I'm so sorry.
No, it's fine. It's totally fine. I've got it. I've got it under control.
He's just like sympathizing, just like, I'm sorry.
I can imagine Kylus has been on the receiving end of Asha's wrath a few times.
Okay, so who is going to Verventrix?
Just to make things easy, I can go grab the mayor, tell him what's up, and then meet everyone over at Verventrix's. Because I
Okay.
think the plan was to stop at his before we
Okay,
just continue to make our way out of town.
that is perfectly fine. So
Not sure Asha would leave the healer's hall until she had someone there to watch over Rocky. So she'll meet up with everyone once the mayor gets there.
Yeah. So again, just to save time, Milos is informed. He stops by to relieve you. He promises to look over Rocky, as even though he doesn't have any sort of magical healing, he still remembers his healing training.
Nasha just assure him that he doesn't need magical healing, he just needs water. Slowly, over time.
Okay. And afterwards, everybody pulls into Reventra's shop. And he, again, just slowly puts down, like, a cup of tea. Oh, you're all back.
We managed to meet up. We had a question about this, box. Would it react violently to, like, a subspace, like a bag of holding?
I've never really tried that before.
Oh, good.
Part of me says it should be fine, as the contents inside are currently being housed inside the decanter. But the other part of me doesn't really know what part of a contained star suspended in the state of Nova would do in a bag of holding.
Star? It's a star.
Okay, so yes, it is enough fire. We don't have to worry about it.
That was going to be our second question, is how far into these caves should it burn, but I think we're good. How far away do we need to be?
That is a very good question. I don't know.
If you're going to sell objects, you should probably know answers to questions like that.
Yeah, he didn't technically sell it.
As I told your friend, I didn't sell it because it is an experiment that you were helping me. I don't know, because I've never introduced a destructive force such as this inside, this plane.
I mean, I don't know much about stars and how destructive they are, so I guess we'll find out.
This star is in the last legs of its life. When it was captured with a considerable amount of magic and funding, we were able to suspend it right before it would explode.
I mean, you transported it here. How did that... Was there an easy way to do that?
Luck.
When you take it... Okay.
I didn't know how it would deal with the teleportation spell, but thankfully enough, it seems to be fine.
Well, we're gonna need something of that caliber if we want to also destroy that magic circle at the same time. So
That's
this is good.
I hate that I'm stressing this, but would you mind carrying it, Sylvia? I did give you some luck earlier in the day, and hopefully that luck will see us through this.
Yeah, I don't mind.
Please be careful.
Well,
I don't know. I feel as though this should be my responsibility.
it's not like you knew that it would work. I admit I was a little frustrated when it first happened, but I think none of us would have known what have happened. Or if it even works.
But Sylvia's been through enough lately. I'll take this one.
Well, we'd have to go slow and steady anyway, and still pretty early in the day. So we literally got up from our long rest, had the interaction with Tartar, then an hour went by, and then this. It is literally still morning.
It's gonna take us probably about a day to get back at that pace.
Probably. At the half pace, yeah, it would take us till nightfall probably to get back. That was my guess.
Yeah. Though if Sylvia or Tokumi carry it, we could probably still make it there in like 3/4 of a day at the most, because they almost double our speed.
Oh, no. Do not go faster if you can. Even if it's slower than you normally go as somebody who can move faster. It is very, very volatile. You do not want to go faster than what Max is doing.
Ah, okay, good to know.
Yeah, that makes things easier.
It'll still take us a day to get there.
That's fine. We should probably set out as soon as possible. I'd like to see this place on fire sooner rather than later.
Yeah. So I guess Verventrix, in about a day's time, look off in that direction, and you'll probably see a light show.
I do have a question for all of you.
Uh-huh.
Do you have plans to escape?
Run very fast?
Yeah.
Yeah, the plan was go in, do what we need to do, climb out, drop it.
You mentioned a teleportation circle.
No
And
longer
I-
active.
One that works anymore.
Yeah.
Did you happen to see how it was activated?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, you just say where you want to go and you go.
Well, it was already active at that point. It has a... Sylvia, you studied it for a while, but it had like a constant
Yeah.
glow or hue to it.
It was... I do my best to describe the crystal that was used.
Okay.
I was paying attention to the circle and its usage at the time, more so than everything else that was going on. So I could probably describe it fairly well, but I can do a roll if you want me to.
I'm going to say with the notes that you took with the roll that you made previously, you're fine. Verventrix nods. Well, it sounds like it just requires enough gems sacrificed to it in order to power it, and with enough juice, you should be able to use it.
The problem is it's down a 250-foot hole and through many hallways that we have to sneak through.
Well, if you could sneak through it, go with me here. Why not take the decanter, throw it up into the sky, speak the word and teleport away, and let it hit the teleportation circle and let nature take its course.
That's a
I
really
find
good
it funny
idea.
that originally when you handed me this thing, you were like, oh, how far can you throw? Like, it's a normal human throwing distance. This thing would explode.
Yes.
Just so
Consider
much.
this. I, as you may know, am of somewhat of an infernal nature. As such, fire is not much of a foe, and dropping it from above in the proverbial butthole may or may not be a better solution to, well, slowly limping it inside.
I didn't hear a rhyme in any of that. I just want you to know
See-
I'm paying attention now.
As for Ventrix, is like,
I did for earlier, just the last part I did have a rhyme there, and I'm not going to.
it would honestly answer one of my questions in regards to the application of this sort of thing against living individuals. If your resistance to fire would play any sort of part in the preservation of your body.
So it wouldn't be radiant then. It'd be full fire.
You don't know that.
Your guess is as good as mine as to what sort of destruction is going to be produced.
I think for Ventrix's idea of throwing it straight up high in the air and then teleporting out is probably the right path to take. However,
Yeah.
we would need Ram's help getting it down into the butthole, since he can fly. He's probably the best choice for actually getting it down there, rather than us
Whoa.
trying to rappel down there with it in our possession.
I think myself and our little divine friend here could do this
Think you all forget
together.
I fly.
That's what I'm literally talking about.
Yeah, but like he's got wings. He doesn't. They're just always there,
Okay, that's fair. I mean, technically, when I'm like that, nothing can hurt me for a time
Right,
because I'm kind of
What I'm
ethereal.
saying is like he doesn't have to use any of his resources in order to do it.
Right.
But as much as I hate to say it, my wings can't be dispelled, or otherwise bothered by magic.
I mean, technically, mine can't either.
Oh my god. This fucking pissing match between you two. I'm just going to walk the fucking thing into the
A
goddamn
paladin
butthole. Right.
and a demon having a
feel-
pissing contest? What?
I fail to see the pissing contest.
It's more like at
Well,
this
either
point,
way-
Kaius is just justifying why he can do.
If
decent
anything, my suggestion here is cooperation might be best.
Either way, I think we can discuss this as we start making our trek, because we have a very long and slow walk across the desert ahead of us. Why don't we get going and discuss this along the way?
Probably because of the events that took place in the ground. I believe it absorbed all of our water. So for the journey, I highly recommend at least filling up your water skins, because I guarantee they're empty right now. I learned that the hard way.
That's a good reminder. I was focused on Rocky and didn't refill mine.
At least to help us on the journey, at least.
A good idea.
Well, there's still plenty of daylight left, so unless there's anything else we need to grab, should be on our way. How much is it
Still
for
no
rope, by the way?
immovable rod there, Berventrix?
It's been a half hour.
Oh, look, I don't know. I don't know how disorganized you are. You may have just found it in one of your drawers of wires or something.
My good sir, if I were to have an immovable rod, I would have it on me. Those things are invaluable.
Mm-hmm. I'm well aware. That's why I keep asking you for one.
Ever
Alright, let's
had
get the
that
hell out
item
of here.
in any of our games?
Yeah.
I don't know if
An immovable rod?
Yeah.
Have we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which game?
We've had one a couple times, but we're responsible players and we don't cheese the fuck out of it like a lot of people do.
Right?
It could be cheesed really well.
Yeah, the movable rod could do some really stupid shit.
I mean, Athelia's walking around with boots of a movable rod, and I haven't used them a single time.
Yes, you have. You crushed
What?
your mother's arm with it.
Oh, that's right. That was the only
Or
time
not
I
your
used
mother. Stepmom? It's a gray
No.
area.
No.
It's a
There's
gray
no
area.
marriage there.
How much, since I mentioned it earlier, how much was the 200 or so feet of rope?
You could probably get it for probably about 20 gold.
Okay. He's
That
getting
rope comes
that.
at a premium.
Rope better suck my dick.
I was about to say, does it come with a free
Better be
blowjob?
made-
Like, Jesus, fuck, 20 gold for a rope.
Look, new town, middle of nowhere,
Yeah.
brand new
Oh,
shop.
yeah, I know, I'm just saying. Damn.
Trade war with
Also-
China. tariffs.
So
I get
You
it.
don't have to justify it. I'm just saying.
if you're getting a single spool of rope that long and it needs to be carryable, it has to be silk rope, which is much lighter and also much more expensive.
I was gonna say this better be. I
Depending
was
on the
about
length,
to say this
you're
better be
not
fucking
wrong.
silk rope. Jesus.
I don't know.
Depending on the
I
length.
don't know, Zoro. Do you have your admiral papers?
I'm a fucking paladin. I'm kind of, sort of basically an admiral in its own right.
Ah, right. Because that's how it works.
It does.
You heard it here, folks. Level 6 paladin is the equivalent of an admiral.
There you go.
Yeah, but like you're able to grab the rope without a problem.
Okay. Plus adding my 50 feet, so okay. All right. All right.
Okay. So as you all set out, what I'm going to need is a group survival check. Whoever is carrying the box will be making that check at disadvantage.
Can I guide the person carrying the box since we're aware that they're going to be having trouble?
Yes, you can.
May I run to guide your steps?
Yeah, Dex is your thing. Don't fuck it up, Max.
You get your little D4.
Survival is a
Good luck.
dex.
Survival is wisdom.
No, I know that. I just meant holding it. It doesn't help here.
Gotcha. The good news is I am proficient with survival. So, and I get an extra D4, you said?
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm going to go around the table here. Toki.
21.
He's
Hazard?
muted.
Azra?
Bueller?
Or possibly. Nope. there
Sorry,
it is.
Yes.
You like?
I'm alive.
Okay.
Oh, there we go.
What did you get for your survival roll?
Let's see. Survival. 25.
25. Sylvia.
24.
Asha.
I'm so glad my dice tipped very slowly from the 2 to the 12. It almost screwed me over, so I got a 17.
Realm.
Well, my dice did not like me. I got a 9.
Oh, I'm sorry, 19.
Max.
19.
21.
And Kylus.
16.
Okay.
I math wrong, it's 19. 7's my modifier.
So thankfully enough, you're able to cross the desert without too much of an issue. For some reason, nothing wants to be near you at this point. You've seen several large lizards stalking you for a bit, but they kept their distance. They would start to think about going for a charge, and they would get about 40 feet away from you, and they would stop and cower away. And this went on for probably about a good 15 minutes before they just ran off another direction.
To be fair, we probably all smell like corpse.
Can I make some sort of check to see if I can tell why they're running away?
Yeah, go ahead and give me a nature roll.
I'm not terrible at those. 19?
There's something about you or around you that is pretty much causing a flight or fight instinct to kick in, and they're choosing flight.
I'm hoping this ends once we get rid of that box, but they seem to be terrified.
But you make
They
it.
should be.
You make it to.
Carrying a collapsing star with us.
You're carrying a nuke with you. It does take some time, but as night begins to settle, you are able to make it to the proverbial butthole in the sand.
What was the weather like when we were traveling? Was it sunny?
It was clear skies.
Awesome. So my necklace could have charged up during that walk? Because it takes 8 hours of direct sunlight?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll rotate as we walk to make sure it stays in the sun. Just kidding.
You just carry it on your head. It's just like a one of the solar panels.
Yep.
So we anchor the rope and all climb down while Realm flies the bomb down.
Works for me.
I have pitons.
Good, so I don't have to leave my sword behind again.
No, that was something I was hoping to not
All right.
have again.
Max, as you set up the rope and everything, can I get a survival check from you? What?
Guidance?
Oh wait, no, that's right.
We're gonna spam guidance. I
You
hate
can spam
spamming it.
guidance.
We're gonna spam guidance.
That's what it's there for.
I just hate
Do it.
doing it. It's so
Okay.
cheesy.
Candy.
It's literally its only job.
23.
Okay.
I at least try and make sure it's something I can see being done that someone would need guidance on.
So my
This is the first time
understanding
I've played a fighter with survival.
my understanding is the group is climbing down, Realm is flying down the hole with the box.
Ron was also getting
Yeah.
guidance for his flight down.
Okay.
Appreciate that.
Realm, you've used your wings enough in your life to understand how not to go full speed.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna say you very cautiously glide down the hole to the ground.
Okay.
And
Well,
I
take-
want to land off the pile of bodies so it's not uneven and shit.
funny enough, the pile of bodies is no longer there.
Oh god.
It's been digested.
It's been a day. It's been a day.
Digested. Sure, that's what we're gonna go with. It didn't. Never mind.
Or otherwise processed.
And again, as you're down here, it is deathly silent. No groans, no scrapes of metal from those sled, no whispers of death anywhere.
By God, if they packed up and left.
Let's not waste any more time then before any more
That's
of
right.
them get away.
Let's retrace our steps.
We could have just dropped this fucking thing from the surface.
We need the teleportation circle to get away.
That's true. But since it's on the way, I still want to check to see if maybe someone's through the door.
Go ahead and get
This is-
go ahead and give me investigate. Let's do a group investigation roll.
Which means I still need a D4. I mean D6.
If it's for the guidance, it's D4.
No, I have whatchamacallit intellect thingamajiggy that adds
Okay.
D6 for that specific check. Just put my phone wrong dice. There we go. And then roll the D6.
All right, Toki, what'd you get?
I got a 16 this time.
16. Sylvia,
That's 20 on the die for 20.
Asha,
Did you get
Three.
20?
3.
Nice.
Realm,
20, but mine is dirty.
Ooh.
Oh my.
Max,
17.
and Kylus.
I also nat 20 for 24.
Nice.
All the 20s.
All of you made up for my 3. Asha's focused on very creeped out and disturbed. That's what's going on.
So you take your time in here and you do a very like very thorough investigation of the front room and the adjoining room where the people were being kept in the cells, and everything is picked clean. Even the bars that were on these cages are now missing. There is no sign whatsoever that anything had been down here previously. In that room off in the back, where you were told the pretty much where the walk-in closet was at, nothing is inside except a pool of water.
That sparks some interest considering how everything else is dry under here and there's no moisture. Kylus would like to investigate the water.
How is Kylus investigating the water?
Oh, that's a good
On his own.
question. He's gonna put his finger in it.
Lick it.
Because we all know what happens when my characters put a finger in liquid.
That
Jesus
was one
Christ.
time.
It was. That was a
No,
lot
I
of stress.
swear.
Same way we're always going to ask Max if he comes near a teleportation circle if he's going to leave.
You think we're gonna
The
do a
plan
lot
is
of
literally to
teleportation
use the teleportation circle to leave.
You sure you don't want to leave ahead of time?
circles.
Considering I have this.
I keep forgetting that spell is not what I think it is.
Mm-mm.
Something says divine favor means I want to ask a question, not receive the favor. I think first he wants to take a look and see if it's like actually water or if it was like magically made, or not to sound morbid, if someone melted.
Okay. I will give you two options. You
Okay.
can make an Arcana roll
Oh no.
to see if you can recall any sort of magical process in regards of creating water. Or
Okay.
you can make a survival check and drink the water.
You know, not like he hasn't died before.
God
He'll
damn
just
it,
go-
Kylus.
Oh, no. If you're drinking it, it's a handful. It's like just a handful
Oh,
of water.
Jesus Christ.
It is not just a little dip your pinky in and, give it the potion taste test.
We gotta like start carrying a roll of newspaper for this motherfucker. Just
Oh, God,
Need
I
it for
need
you
some more
too.
Water. Oh, I didn't realize it was a large amount of water. Oh,
You can still
biscuit.
do the Arcana check.
Yeah, I'm gonna risk it for the biscuit and do Arcana check.
Okay.
Here. Since it was a larger amount of water than I originally anticipated. 2 for a 3.
What's that?
I rolled a 2 for a 3.
There is only one spell that you know of that creates water, and that is create destroy water, which does create a large amount of drinkable water when cast.
So it should be
It's
drinkable, is what he's
definitely
saying.
Yeah, well,
Like, it appears to be a pool of drinkable water.
He really wants you to drink it.
it really does. Does anyone else see this, or is it
rolled
just
a
me?
3.
Yeah.
Drink the water.
Like anybody who's in this room sees this large pool of water, but you've already made your roll on identifying.
Yeah. Guys, I found water. It's still very suspicious it's here, but I found perfectly normal water.
It
Well,
is
good. I was good.
Oh,
Could have been left behind in the moving process.
It is crystal clear. It looks like pure, maybe even oasis water.
Cool and good. That's not what we're here for, Kailis.
Well,
No, but it's suspicious. There's water.
Well, they were doing stuff with bodies here, right? So maybe they just were using the water for like cleaning their tools and stuff.
In the
And
ground?
also, we're going to vaporize this place. So
Betcha.
what does it matter?
I still find
Going
it.
to
Am
vaporize
I
it,
the
they
only
took
one?
everything.
Am I the only one crazy that everything's taken and there's this pool of water in a place where water doesn't exist?
Well, I mean, they were probably using the water. They'd have no reason to like take it with them, right?
I know, but it's not
Pack
like
up
in
this
a
whole
bucket
operation.
or anything.
Pack up this whole operation. The amount of time we were gone by, they would have had to leave in a hurry. It's quite possible they spilt some.
But why was nothing else here spilled or left behind?
Yeah, this doesn't look like a spill. This looks like an intentionally dug hole with like a large collection of water.
We are carrying the sun in a box. Let's just go ahead and do what we came here to do.
Tell you what, since you're very concerned about that, how about we ask the gods? Let me just double check this really fast. Make sure this is what I think it does.
This seems like a lot.
you know, while they're all debating, I'm assuming that at this point we would have been in the desert and everything, and I would probably drank a lot out of my gourd to sustain myself at this point. I would assume it's probably close to empty, if not empty. I'm gonna just refill it with this thing
Okay.
and pop the cork shut.
And you reach in and it glubs up and you have a full water skin.
It actually makes this easier. Since he's done that, if we spend a bit of time, I can see. I'm going to use augury to see if using that water that's now been sucked up into a water skin to drink is a good idea.
Go ahead and bring up augury.
It's the omens one. Good, bad, or maybe both.
Let's see. Casting a gem in late 6, rolling dragon bones. Okay.
This is an interesting spell. I like it.
It's not
It
one we
does
use
two
very
things.
often, but it's good.
I know I've used
No,
it
it
a few
is.
times, yeah.
I like it.
Okay.
Kind of like
Yes.
asking an 8-ball if it's a yes or no or maybe, but it's like legit answers instead of random.
All
Yeah.
you, as you sit there and you cast augury, you get the feeling of woe.
Whoa.
More-
Whoa, as in WOW or WOE?
WOO is woo.
Oh, huh.
We're not summoning. Nobody here is summoning Ric Flair.
I said WOW, but yes,
Oh, that's
wow,
wow.
or whoa?
No, that's WoW. You mean
Okay, so making sure it's WOE. Got you, got you.
Whoa.
WHOA? Whoa.
So Asha's gonna look over at Rom and be like, the gods say drinking that's a real bad idea.
Good to know. I'll hold on to it, though.
Well, shall we at least go check out where the teleportation circle is and see if they left anything in there?
Go ahead and mark that
See
down on
there.
your character sheet. Tilt.
I'm on it.
Bad water. Bad juju water.
Whoa, water.
Whoa, water.
Whoa water. Whoa water. WOE. Whoa water.
From the witch's butthole in the sand.
Yep. From the hag's butthole.
You could just put butthole water if you want.
Leaky butthole water.
Once again, we're adults.
That takes leaky butthole water. We're mature.
Yep, we're normal base balanced individuals here.
So I guess we're heading to the teleportation circle room next.
Yeah, this was just before going in through those doors, so yeah.
So as you go, as you make your way through those double doors again, you notice that they are no longer like plastered in flesh. They're completely clean. As you open your way into that, what used to be just meat-lined room is now just a sterile hallway. Going through this hallway, you find yourself in that very familiar laboratory. Stripped of all the contents that Raum didn't take himself. Though in the center of the room is still that teleportation circle.
Well, at least we'll still be taking this thing out. I'm sure it took them a long time and a significant number of resources to build it.
Alright, let's see if we can...
They already abandoned it, so I'm sure it's already written off in their minds. But I guess it's a consolation.
Well, Sylvia, I understand you know how this works, at least in theory. Have at it, kiddo.
Oh. Please tell me we have a bunch of gems with us?
Yeah. How much a lot of gems?
Wish you told us back in town.
Yeah, after talking to Verventrix, did he give an approximate gold value?
About 5,000.
Yeah, about 5,000 golds worth of gems.
Let me go ahead and check the old ledger here. God damn. Okay.
Well, I can throw a few on top free of charge.
That will be all of my gems.
Would you like to save a few?
No, I still have like 2,500 gold and worth of ore, so...
Let me put it to you this way. I can make them appear out of thin air, and they're completely valid until consumed. College of Creation Bard. I can get you at least some of them that won't cost you anything.
Yeah, I mean, if you've got the resources to do that, might as well, right?
I mean, it's either that or Bardic Inspiration, so your choice, really.
Creating gems or inspiration?
Yeah, how do you feel today, sir?
Oh,
I could
God.
either use meta creativity or I can give you words of affirmation. Which one do you want?
You want me to pat you on the back and talk nice to you, or do you want free loot, bro?
This is one of those situations where it's like, you know...
You want to make a deal with the devil?
I would like, to have more of my money. However, I think Sylvia probably needs the words of encouragement.
I don't think I need the words of encouragement. I think I got this.
She has the gift of luck on her side.
Oh yeah, I have that too.
Forgot about that.
Mm-hmm.
See, Kyle's going.
Alright, so...
It just kind of holds back. You got this.
Don't
Sophia.
you say it. There's no
Alright.
such thing as luck, and you know it.
So how much...
Actually, wasn't gonna say that, but now I'm thinking it.
Okay,
So,
so
Realm, how much can you make?
the GP
Oh,
value.
it's not gonna save the entirety of it. It's not gonna be the whole thing, but I can probably save you like 100 gold or two.
So it can't be. So the GP value Can't be more than 20 times your bard level.
For now, that restriction will come off later, but for now, yes, I am unfortunately somewhat restricted, which I believe I'm Bard 3 right now. So that's at least 60 gold off the top.
Just use it all.
60 gold is 60 gold.
Look, it's 60 gold you're saving. That's all I'm saying.
Well, I mean, so that's the thing. The other part of it is like, this isn't my, gold. Like, I've still got like plenty of gold on me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, take the
Again,
fucking
that's still 60 gold you're saving.
Okay.
That's all I'm saying. I'm a discount coupon right now.
So with the sacrifice of the gems that Max provides, the teleportation circle lights up.
Oh, that was enough?
He had 5,000 gold worth of gems.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, it's and the circle. I know it looks complicated, but really the creation of the circle is the complicated part. Using it, fairly simple.
So all the gems that we just used, that is one shot.
One shot.
Well, if it's, I guess one shot. I was gonna say if it's the same, if it's equivalent to what we saw, then it was used a total of 3 times before it burnt out.
You're right. You're right. There are 3 charges.
All right. In that case, I will see you all back at town. Leave.
You don't tell us to leave. You leave.
I'm
Anyone else is waiting for him to jump in first? Just kidding.
I know.
I'm sorry, what's the plan?
I know that
I'm going to throw the sun at this place, and then I'm going to teleport.
Gotcha.
But I'm telling you guys to leave first.
Just say the same thing you said last time, quickly, because it's very specific. So what you did last time.
Hold on a sec. Before we just potentially condemn Max to this feat, wouldn't it be wisest to have the person with the best throwing arm be the one that does this?
First of all, I am offended.
Max, we all can leave at the same time. Only one person has to speak the words. If one of us speaks as you throw, it's going to be a lot smoother.
It will teleport us all at once.
Point.
And to make it even more of a point, you didn't leave when I was about to blow a crystal up in Avalanche. Potentially. So I don't know what makes you think I'm going to leave now. We do this together.
All
It's
right.
easy enough to do.
Okay, so we need to designate who's throwing it and who's activating the circle, and also where we're going.
I mean, Max is real good at activating the circle.
Cute.
Asha, I think he's going to throw it. So I think.
Yeah.
I'm aware. It was a joke.
I know.
On a scale of 1 to 20, I am like a 20 on my ability to throw things.
Well, you mean 20 like your score? I mean, I saw Asha did it and it was pretty successful, so I have no problem just teleporting where we were last time.
I mean,
It'd be really funny if we just dropped it on Boris, though.
That would be, but I had a thought just now.
Mm-hmm.
Go somewhere else? Entirely?
Well, okay. So, I don't really know fully how this circle works. And I am a little bit concerned with such close timing on everything that, the doorway that this circle opens up might remain open just long enough that a little bit of that fire comes through. So maybe we don't want to be in like a heavy populated area.
That's a good point.
We suggest we
yes,
go.
but it says a specific place.
What
Max,
was
you have
the
an
name
idea?
of that artist?
The basilisk.
Well, I think we should still be near Valanche.
That was pretty close to Valanche.
But
No, it was not.
maybe
No,
the
it was
emptier
not.
part of the city.
It
I
was
don't-
just
I
above,
mean-
was it Claude?
I don't think that's gonna happen, but there's a lot of things
Aw.
that we don't know about in this scenario. So I think it may be better to be cautious as opposed to not.
So what, just
Honestly,
say
I don't
the-
think all of us suddenly appearing in the healer's hall is great for the patients.
Well, there's that, and also if the fire thing happens.
Oh, it has the
Why don't
walls.
we,
We could just
uh,
say the eastern gate of Valanche. Outside the eastern gate of Valanche.
Harpy wants to put it on Reventrix and say we go to his shop.
I like Reventrix.
You're
But
the
it's
only one
his
that
mom.
does.
I don't hate
I like the
I
gate
just like-
idea. Going to the eastern gate.
Yes. Eastern Gate's fine with me.
Outside the eastern gate of Valanche.
I don't.
Was
We just
the
don't
eastern
know. I think
Which gate was the one all
outside the
people were coming
eastern
in?
gate is a pretty vague. Because technically, anywhere outside of the eastern gate is outside of the eastern gate.
Well, we could say just outside or half a mile east of Valanche. I mean, we can be a little bit more specific if we wanted to. I'm just saying that is an option.
We haven't tested a direction like that. Do you want to see if it activates if someone says that first?
That's true. If it's got 3 charges.
We can't tell if it's
But
successful because we don't have a way of contacting. But I don't know if it's going to activate, and we don't want to throw it and then have it not activate.
Maybe we just say, and I make sure I'm not standing on the circle when I say this. We just say Eastern Gate, Valanche.
Not outside.
Rojan, can I recall which direction was the gate everyone was coming in when they were moving into Valanche?
Who's the
I
southern
know there's
gate?
portals that came around, but I
That
can't
was a
remember which
magical
direction.
gate. That was
Yeah.
just the center of town.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
never mind.
Perfect.
I think just to remove as many variables as possible, we just go Eastern Gate, Valanche.
That's true.
Sounds like a plan.
I forget. I know it was a 2-story house. Did Boris's house have a basement?
There's the cellar.
Oh,
The
God.
basement of Boris's house. That way, if there is fire, it is contained.
Unless it's a lot of fire. In which case...
And
In
there's going to
which
be
case,
people
I
in
still
Varys'
have-
house.
You also assume that a large chunk's going to come through if we throw it high enough. Actually, if you guys remember, there's like a whole ledge that goes deeper in. Like, do we just want to throw it in that?
You don't know how
mean,
deep
we
that,
could also
that
just-
pit is, though.
Fast.
Yeah.
We could also just set it across the room, and I can shoot an arrow at it. Like,
That's
all it
true.
is a glass. It is a glass bottle. Like,
Again,
it's not.
I don't
Ventrix
think
said-
anything's gonna come through, but because we really don't know everything about, both the bottle and also this teleportation circle, I just think going somewhere not very populated is the wise move.
Well, I'm sure an arrow would be enough to set this thing off. Reventrix just said to throw it, so I think we should probably stick with that just to eliminate the possibility that it doesn't.
I say we throw it as far as we can. That way it gives us just the couple seconds we need to teleport. And I'm pretty confident barely, if anything, will even come through the teleportation.
I would like someone to at least test going to the east gate before we try to use it as our escape. to make sure that it recognizes that as a place.
But again, we don't know if that works. You have no way to communicate with us.
No, but if it activates, then it at least understood what you were.
Also,
I want to make sure it activates. I don't care where it sticks you.
Also,
honestly.
I'm just assuming that it's 3 charges. It may actually just be 1.
Is there any way to tell that, Rojan? If it's multiple charges?
Sylvia, go ahead and give me an Arcana check with advantage.
$19.
You're pretty sure it's 3.
I'm like 90% sure it's 3. 95% sure it's 3.
I'll walk through then. I'll go first.
I just want to make sure it activates. Honestly, if it jets us somewhere else, it jets us somewhere else, but...
Well, I'd rather it be me than anyone else. I can take the hit. No offense to anyone else, but I would be the one willing to do this, so... we'll go ahead and we'll test it.
Okay.
So we're
Okay.
gonna say... So we're gonna say the,
If we're going
Eastern Gate.
to do 2 jumps anyway, why doesn't everybody just go and then I use the next one?
Because someone can speak it while you throw, and it's going to be a lot faster for getting you out of here.
That is true.
I'm
At
not
least
leaving
one of
until
us-
you're ready, until you throw it.
So then you stay with me. And everybody else goes the first jump. We already know that the Healer's Hall and Boris's house it recognizes. So you guys go to the Healer's Hall, and then we will follow after.
Well, the point of the first jump is to make sure that it recognizes the gate.
Yeah.
We want to see if it
And then you
recognizes the
adjust.
place as the Eastern Gate.
And then adjust to...
So my understanding is, Kylas, you are standing on the circle alone when you activate to be sent to the gate.
That's what we're debating right now. Anyone going with Kylas?
I mean,
No.
this plan
Okay.
doesn't make any sense because we have no way to communicate long distance.
No, it's
But
to
we'll
see if
know
it
it
recognizes
activates.
the location. It will not...
We're trying to see if it
will indicate that
activates.
It activates.
We care less
They
whether
just
he
wanna
makes it
know
to
does
Eastern
it-
Gate.
They don't want to say Eastern Gate, then nothing happens, and we stay there and fry. Is what I'm saying. They want to see if it'll send
Yes.
us somewhere.
Yeah.
I,
Yeah,
I
so-
just want
yeah,
to see it
okay.
send someone.
Yeah.
Whether it sends us to the right place is a whole nother question. Just want to see that it's sent.
Okay.
Oh, shit.
So go ahead and speak the words where you wish to be sent, Kylas.
Okay, so... Just to clarify, because of DM bullshit,
Jesus
I'm not
Christ.
on the circle. But just clarifying, so... Eastern Gate of Valanche.
Yeah. That's what we're going
Okay.
with.
So he'll stand in the circle, and he's never really the one that has activated circles before, so he's just like, Eastern Gate of Valanche.
Give me 1 second.
Okay?
So, as you teleport onto the circle, or as you go onto the circle and you open your mouth to go to speak the words, something leaps from Sylvia's shadow as this creature forms in midair, that strange djinn that you saw.
Fuck,
And he
that's why no one was
flies
coming near us.
towards Hylas, grabs a
No!
hold of him. Black Pyramid. And as he says that, they both wink out. And that is where
I
we
guess
are
we-
ending for this week.
Oh, fuck, he's taking me to be his bitch, guys! And that's not a joke! Oh no! Oh no! That's why they weren't fucking... My mind was like, they could sense the star's destruction or something, and they didn't want to, like, go near it. I wasn't thinking someone was in our fucking shadow.
I
Yeah, I was
made
worried that whatever was doing with those skeletons was happening with those creatures, but I couldn't.
when I asked Sylvia how deep in investigation she was with the
He was fucking there the whole time.
I made a roll. And he, like, as she was just in there, he slipped into the shadow and just stuck with her the whole time.
Oh, we saw in the distance. We know of the Black Pyramid.
Yep.
Black Pyramid was one of the new points we saw when the dust cleared.
Yep.
Oh man.
The black.
Oh, this is so bad.
The only the only thing that you have technically access to is a small corner point of the Black Pyramid, because that's the only thing that's currently sticking out of the storm.
True. But it was just enough for when we asked. When we asked Rocky, he was like, "Oh yeah, Black Pyramid."
Oh yeah, that's a pyramid.
He's like, "I don't know what's there." He didn't know what's there. He was just like, "Oh, it's a Black Pyramid."
Yep.
Oh gosh. Oh God! What are you? Don't stress me out, Rojan. I have to think on this for a week now. I don't even know.
At least it's not 2 weeks. At least it's not 2 weeks.
God.
But yeah, that is where we're going to end for this week.
Can we go back to just when we met previous characters and just do that some more and not deal with this?
I mean, you could. I mean, you know exactly where Tartar went. You can, just leave Kylus to his own fate. And you guys can go hang out and have tea with Tartar if you want.
Sounds much nicer. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
right.
my notes say the obsidian pyramid is to the northeast of Valanche.
Yep.
I like this.
So
because
yeah,
I know my backstory. I don't like this.
that is going to do it for us tonight, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in. If this is your first time here, this is not the only show that we do. On alternating Tuesdays, I don't know if it's this Tuesday or next Tuesday, till
it was normally supposed to be next Tuesday, but because we didn't do it last Tuesday, I'm waiting on my players. We're gonna double check and all that,
Okay.
But normally it's supposed to be next Tuesday.
Possibly tomorrow, if not next Tuesday. We have another episode of Star Wars Tales of the Outer Rim, which is a Star Wars game run by Tiltbot. Coming up on Thursday is going to be the return of Mass Effect Horizons, which is a Mass Effect 5th edition mod that is run by Zorro. Coming up on Saturday, we've got a doubleheader starting off at noon with Withered Wastes, which is a 5th edition game that I run. And then later on in the evening at 8 p.m. Pacific time, we are going to have the return of Vigilant 6, which is our completely homebrew superhero campaign that we've recently, or we started a little bit, and we're like getting into the gritty of it now, which is gonna be fun. And then and then on the alternating Saturday, we have the Downfall of Propriety, which is a Bridgerton inspired mini adventure that is run by Malls. And on alternating Thursdays, we've got Tricorn Isles, which is another 5th edition game that I run. In the works somewhere. Stay tuned for maybe a possible Daggerheart campaign or Daggerheart one shot, followed by a campaign, who knows. But I just need to figure out the fine details on that one, and then we'll be making an announcement on that.
Also Fallout one day, maybe. We'll see.
Possible Fallout maybe one day. But yeah, for now
we have a lot of stories. We have a handful. Yeah, we have a handful of stories and ideas. It's just a matter of making sure we get enough slots, because we don't want to be overwhelming.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's a lot of plates spinning on a lot of things.
Yeah. But for now, we're gonna head on out. Thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in, and we will catch you later.